What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Sun and Pop's Culture, episode 19.
What's good? First take on a what's good.
First ever.
Wow.
Ever.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
We have come a long way.
Feeling it.
Feeling it tonight. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. A late show tonight.
Yes, this is legit. We say that every
this season, every episode.
Every episode has been. This is the latest we've ever recorded.
It's late.
But
yeah.
you know, we're doing this.
Yeah, it's labor of love.
Yeah.
Labor of love.
So welcome back. Thanks for listening. We're gonna be joyful this episode.
We're gonna be what?
Joyful.
Joyful? Yeah.
Back to Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Joyful. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Man. Well, we always start
with this week's drink.
This week's drink. You want to break it down for him, or you want me to?
It's a drink my mom made for us.
Shout out, babe.
She was really excited about it.
She sure was.
She was. I forget what the name.
Is it a
She showed
Starburst?
Me too. Yes.
Starburst Martini.
Martini.
Okay, yeah, Starburst Martini.
Starburst Martini.
Yeah.
I have no idea. She showed me.
Oh, she told me what was in it.
Okay, she pulled out the bottles.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
she went all in for this one.
Yeah,
she
went to the liquor store, came back, she pulled out the bottles.
Yeah, pre-mixed it for us and everything. She's like, I'm not going to be here, so.
She's like, you got to pour it over ice.
Yeah. All about it.
She said this days ago.
Yeah.
She's like, I have a drink for you.
Yeah, she's assuring us we're going to chug it.
Yeah.
So, it's equal parts vanilla vodka, apple pucker, sours, and Sprite. That's what it is. I don't know how
she had something else too.
Are you sure that's four things?
She had some red stuff.
Was it granite or was it watermelon pucker?
It was watermelon.
Oh, it wasn't apple pucker. It was watermelon pucker.
But she had green stuff too.
Then that would be apple pucker.
She had both.
Oh, so she had both. She had both puckers. Good God.
She had.
No wonder she said it's like.
She's like, I wish they had a small bottle of this. There's the red stuff.
Actually, I can see how this is going to taste like a Starburst.
I can see it too.
Yeah, now that it's vanilla.
Sounds sweet.
Watermelon or strawberry pucker? Watermelon.
I don't know. It was red.
I don't know. Get a red pucker.
You gotta ask her.
Any green?
I just saw the bottles. I didn't.
Yeah.
Read them.
Well, let's give it a try, shall we?
It's Starburst Martini.
This week's drink.
Whoa.
That's strong.
It's with sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Your sugar's
my
gonna
blood
spike.
sugar's gonna be sky high. I'm gonna start talking so crazy.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's good though.
It's good. It got some.
I'm
pucker
a fan.
Yeah.
You're pucker. When you...
Yeah, you mix up a shaker of these. You can probably mix up a shaker of these at a party and serve them as shots and crush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
Man, that is.
Yeah, that's it's all liquor and a little bit of Sprite. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Starburst.
Thanks, mother.
Teeny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll tell you the official ingredients next week when we learn them.
Yeah. Or just assuming that's what was in it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be sipping on that. All right, so here we are. You want to make a couple announcements? There have been some changes. Well, not changes, I guess improvements to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We started an Instagram.
Yeah. Follow us.
Follow us at Sun and Pop's Culture.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, just Sun and Pop's Culture. You'll
Sun
see
and
us.
Pop's Culture, and there we are.
Yeah. We'll post here and there like stuff that we'll be talking about on an upcoming episode or things of interest in pop culture.
Links in the bio will take you to the podcast and to a few clips.
It'll take you to we'll take you to some old season 1 highlights if you want to reminisce.
Yeah, you see us.
Yeah,
actually you can see us.
Yeah. We have an email too at Sun and Pop's Culture. Sun and Pop's Culture at Gmail.
Yeah, so please, people, either DM us or email us, with comments, questions, suggestions. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah,
seriously.
If you want us to talk about something, just hit us up.
Yeah, it'd be
Slide
great.
into the DMs.
Yeah, and we'll give you a shout out for show.
Yeah, and maybe don't be surprised if you see Sun and Pop's Culture in your DMs.
Yeah, slide in your DM.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know. You never know.
That's like celebrity. That's you wake up, you're like, what the Halle Berry? Halle Berry just DM.
Halle Berry on the DM.
Just DM some
What did she want today? Yeah. So yeah, people get at us.
Yeah. Actually, when is that all you wanted to say about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's it called? Speaking of DMs. Did you see Doja Cat?
No.
She DM'd.
Not Jack Harlow.
No, she DM'd Will asking if Will from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Asking if Eddie had like an Instagram or something. Anyway, like Will like laughed and he said, and I think he's like sent her that link. But he screenshotted the conversation and posted it on his TikTok. And I guess she like was in a live stream and she like complained about like she like was angry that he did that.
Well, hey,
I didn't see the live stream, but I did see the video Will post. I was like, what is she doing?
So wait, she's trying to get an Eddie?
She's trying to get Eddie.
Really?
Yeah.
The young Robert Downey Jr. But all right,
I have seen people say he looks like
he does. He looks like a young Downey. You know, hopes for maybe Iron Man reboot. Just saying. Yeah. RDJ.
He's British.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's British.
Did not know that. Is that where you want to start with Stranger Things finale? Because we did not talk about it last week.
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh no, it didn't come out.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about Obi-Wan. We were all over the place. We'll get to Love and Thunder because that's where we just came from, people. So
Thor,
Love and Thunder. So, but yeah, Stranger Things finale. Spoilers if you haven't watched it yet. You know, sucks to be you. But
yeah.
I mean,
for Stranger Things, I feel like that's a show. As soon as it comes out, people are on it. Like,
that was 4 hours. 4 hours of your life.
5.
Was it 5? No, 1.5.
2.5 plus 1.5. That's 4.
4. Yeah, 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 4.
1.5 plus 2.5.
It's 4.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's 4. Yeah.
Well, it was good. I know people are
better than your math. So yeah, it was good. Yeah. I don't know. Like you, I'll let you speak on this because you enjoy the show far more than I like the show. I like the show a lot, but it's not like a show I'm invested in. I think I told you that before. Like I can get by with like recaps from you and then watching like.
She isn't watching the show.
Key issues. I don't know. We want me to say, but the show has lost me in that sense. The first season, I was all in.
No.
Now I'm like, okay, if I get to it, I get to it. What do you want me to say?
I have said, you act like I'm such a huge fan. I have criticized Stranger Things. If you were to talk to me, last season when season 3 dropped, I would go in on Stranger Things. You
weren't a big fan of season 3
or 2. And it's hard because we already talked about this. Like what I love about season 1, it's with any mystery show. It's the mystery. It's the what is going on and the characters finding out as you find out. And once we found out at the end of season 1 what was going on, to an extent, season 2 and season 3 didn't really have that mystery. Well, they brought back the mystery for season 4, obviously, with like Vecna and all that stuff.
I agree.
And they got me back. There's still issues with the show. I will watch reviews and the issues they bring up, I didn't really have issues with. So for me, I really enjoyed season 4. You say it's long, it is long, but I don't complain. They had a lot to do.
Yeah, this season was like a season and a half.
To do. They did. They gave. After 3 years.
Yeah.
They gave us basically 2 seasons if you add up the minutes.
Yeah.
Some people say like they could have cut some stuff, like, oh well. But I enjoyed it. I'm curious for season 5 because, like I said, the mystery. What mystery is there? Besides, like, what are they gonna do to save the town?
So do you think? I mean, do you think we're gonna get a tight season 5, or do you think they're gonna try to pad it and give us like 8 episodes, even though we probably need like 4?
We don't need a lot, and I have heard for this new season, like we didn't need all that time.
No,
like,
we shouldn't.
We didn't. They'll give us 6 episodes.
Yeah.
7. They'll give us 7.
I just feel like
maybe 8, but I don't see how they fill that up.
I don't either. And with how they left season 4, I'm concerned about the rumors of its time jump, because it's a necessary time jump because the cast has aged so much since the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're looking at young adults now who are supposed to be like 10th graders, and they're obviously not.
Freshmen.
Yeah, freshmen. Yeah, and Will's like,
You say Will looks the
Will
old.
looks.
No.
He does. He looks like
Will does not look the oldest.
You're looking at Will standing next to Mike. Look at Will standing next to the kid who's his older brother, and Will looks like more of a man than him.
No.
Yeah.
Jonathan has an older looking face.
But Will's body type, his frame is bigger. He's thicker. He can't possibly. You're like, that's not the little brother. Like, he's not the little brother.
He does.
I mean,
he looks
like, not to me.
Oh my!
Not to me.
You look at all the kids. Will it's probably like Lucas, Mike, 11, Will, Dustin.
What, age wise?
Yeah.
Do you think Lucas looks old?
I think he looks old because of his like you were saying, his build. Like his build's like athletic.
Yeah,
So depending on what he's wearing, Dustin still looks the youngest.
But that might be the no collarbones thing. But
yeah,
whichever that.
Yeah, he just doesn't have.
Yeah. So, but he doesn't have collarbones. What's that condition called? Because they've mentioned it every season, at least once. Yeah, he just said on this, he's like, I don't have collarbones. Cut me a break. Like, he doesn't have collarbones.
I don't.
Like, he doesn't have collarbones, and there's a reason why his mouth is the way it is.
Yeah.
It's just a condition. But I don't remember what it's called.
Is it the same person from Hereditary?
The little sister.
Yeah.
You think they're related?
No, not related.
Oh, the same condition.
Same condition.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But, anyways, I just wonder how far ahead they're going to skip, because the way they left the end of the season with basically like a hellmouth being open in the middle of the town.
Yeah, like you skip that.
You can't, and it kills. It kills all the vegetation. Like the ashes from I'm just setting it there. The ashes from the upside down kills vegetation, so nothing can live in that radius. So basically, within like a day, everything that's like plant life will be dead. You know, and
it was decaying fast.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's gonna be like it's like a cold. It's like a after nuclear winter. What's it called? Nuclear winter. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I know
after
what you're
like
talking
a nuclear
about.
war. Yeah. So it's just I just can't see them just like hanging out and the military showing up and setting up a base, and this whole time they're plotting for 3 years on how they're going to infiltrate the Upside Down when they already know how to get in. Like, they already know they can get in. They already know, 11 can open portals. And if they try to fall back on the, 11's power is controlled by emotion and she can't just do it when she wants to, that's just like, come on, man. Like, get some control. Like, for real.
She can control her powers.
She can control her powers to an extent, but she can't do like what she's got to do.
She got trained. That'll probably be the season, her training.
Oh, God.
But you can't do it. I don't know how they're gonna do a time skip unless they do like it starts and the town's all decayed. It's like, come on, man. Like, what were you guys doing?
What were you doing? Like, literally, like
for 3 years. Like, you ain't going to school.
Yeah, you're not in school. School shut down.
You don't have a job.
And like people that are still in that town, God bless you, because why would you stay?
Why would you stay?
You fucking hellmouth open in the middle of Houston. I'm out. but this is the thing too.
Like, it's an earthquake.
Yeah, like that wasn't an earthquake.
It's red.
It's red and it's like stuff coming out of it. At worst, I mean, the logical thought would be like, oh, it's a volcano. Like, they would think, oh, there's a volcano like building or whatever erupting
somehow in Indiana.
You never know. I mean, there's that one underneath Yellowstone that when that goes,
it's Yellowstone.
But I'm saying it's so big, but it's going to take out the whole.
I know, but
just saying, it's Yellowstone. There's not a history of like there being volcanoes.
Not.
All right, go ahead.
Based on like I'm not a geologist, but based on like the history of the Pangea and how the Earth shapes.
Right?
They're like, this volcano is in Yellowstone.
Yeah. Well, no, they can see where the actual volcano is, like from space, like where it was. But I'm just saying,
it's not like in Indiana. It's like,
is it? I don't know. It might be.
I'm saying if a volcano popped out in Indiana, they're like, man,
that's random.
That was there. Yeah, that
was random.
The Yellowstone, like that was there the whole time. We knew it was there the whole time.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Now I see.
I can't stop snorting, but
don't do in the mic.
I'll try not to. Sorry, everybody. I come down to do this podcast and I get stuffy. I don't know why. And it's like
It is literally like the cuckoo clock in Stranger Things. Every time I hear it, it's just like.
Well, we know how that ends up, folks. We know how that ends up. I'll try my best. I can't snort. I can't smack. He's lucky I'm talking.
You can do it, just not.
He's lucky I'm talking directly into the mic.
You got.
Hey, I've come a long way. I've been talking directly into the mic.
We gotta do a ding.
A ding
every time.
Every time I snort, a ticker.
Yes.
Maybe that'll help me. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the volcano. But my whole thing is like, so you got the gate, you got the Hellmouth, and like I was telling you, everybody in the Stranger Things crew, knows that's a gate, and knows how to go in the gate. So why wouldn't they just go in the gate and kill Vecna instead of just like letting people speculate? Know where he's at. I mean, they could try to find him, as opposed to like if he's hurt. I feel like if he's hurt, his whole kingdom's up for grabs, and the left can go in there and just run shit. But what I mean, you understand? Like he controls those things. They're not like, oh, we just obey you because we want to obey you. Yeah. Like, he controls them.
So she could do that.
So if he's hurt, she could go in and just take over.
Yeah,
you know, or maybe Will, because he has that crazy connection.
I heard another thing. People were like, Vecna might take over Will. They're doing comparisons like when Vecna was a kid.
Yeah.
Like when they moved in the house, he was like in the back looking all like astray. There was like a shot where it was like Will was in the back looking astray, and then they were like comparing, like they said the son was like different, and then in season 1 Joy said he's different. Like they're comparing them, and they're like Vecna's gonna make.
Well, I said something. Will's the one that doesn't want to grow up. Yeah. Will's the one that wants to
play D&D,
and build forts out in the woods, and them always be how they are. To him, it's like a fantasy, you know. So I could see him playing. I mean, if he played a bigger part,
in the 5th season, started all with him.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like come full circle with it. You know, I want to say, oh, Will has to sacrifice himself, but Will actually like instead of just being like a pawn in a game, actually be like a major player and everything. Because they're always like, Mike, what does Mike do? What does Mike do?
Yeah, well, that's one thing. Mike was the leader of the kids in season 1. He was the lead. He was the main kid.
Yeah,
you can't argue with me.
He was the guy. Yeah,
and his role each season has just like. He just has no point. Like his point now is 11's love interest.
Yeah, because like
he doesn't serve.
One of the things I did like about this season was when Steve and what's the girl's name?
Robin
and the other girl
Nancy
went on their like mission. Like you basically saw like when it gets down to it, these are a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They immediately got yoked up and they were pretty much off the board because they're kids. They're way out of their depth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. What could they actually do in this situation? So, I don't know. We'll see. I think Dustin's going to get his moment. He deserves it, especially after Eddie sacrificed himself to save him.
Another, I will say, a complaint people had was the 2-day time jump. Because I remember when it happened, I was like, "Wait, 2 days? What?"
Yeah.
Like, what happened with Eddie? That was like, people were like, "What?" No one acted affected besides Dustin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No one talked. They're like, where do they take his body? If the uncle's still looking.
Well, I think he's still still there, which is jacked up.
So people are thinking he's still alive.
In the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Still alive. Huh.
People are.
I mean, I don't know. I hate when they introduce characters just to kill them off. I hate it.
Any show I don't like.
I'm
that. Like you introduce just like. Oh, I got so attached.
Yeah.
For me, it just feels like a cop out. Like, you knew you had to kill someone, but you just didn't want to do the main cast.
Yep.
That's for any show for me. Like, you do that for.
Walking Dead would do that.
Walking Dead did that.
They would just introduce a character, and you were like, "Yeah, this guy ain't gonna make it through the season."
Yeah, you could just tell.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell with Eddie until the episode before.
Oh, I was like, Eddie ain't making it.
No, in the beginning of the season, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think that, but as it got closer, I was like, yeah, Eddie's.
Yeah.
Eddie ain't making. I thought he was when he was at the MTV Awards.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like it was like him, Vecna, and someone else new, and I was like, okay, he's gonna stay. And then that second to last episode, and he was like, when they're prepping, I was like, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
When his whole arc was like him being a coward, not wanting to be a coward.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's gonna play the hero, and
yeah,
and that's gonna be it for Eddie. But I mean, I love the way he went out. I was choked up. I ain't gonna lie. I was choked up. You know, my little sweetheart Max got all balled up. I was devastated.
That almost got me. Eddie was sad.
Yeah, but
Max's was. It was when she started talking, and I guess
that scream Lucas lets out.
It was improv. Did you hear?
Oh no, I didn't.
When he was like, what's his sister's name? Veronica.
Erica.
Erica. Yeah. When he said Erica, help or something, that was improv.
Hey, he's an actor. He's an actor.
When he started screaming, he was bawling.
Yeah.
She was like,
I'm telling you, but right when they cut away from him, he lets out 2 screams, like when she and I was just like, wow, like he's really. Like going for it, but it was convincing. Like that's his baby, you know.
Yeah,
he's gonna go to the movies on Friday.
I know.
Damn. So
that's what made that. That relationship's always made me sad. I don't know why that.
I know.
It's not that I'm even that invested in their relationship.
Even
when they're like happy together, I'm like good for them.
Yeah, good for when they do the flashback and you see him dancing.
Yeah,
and she like smiles at him. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
like, damn.
I don't know why.
I know, it makes me happy.
It makes me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Even when they're just talking, like when they're on the RV talking, I'm like, okay.
Meanwhile, when they introduced her, I remember thinking it was gonna be like a love triangle with her and Mike and 11.
No,
but it never happened. Remember the skateboard?
Yeah, it was and then
it never happened. It never happened. But when I first introduced her, I thought that's what was going to happen. But
it was a love triangle with Dustin, Luke.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
Yeah, but Dustin had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend.
No, this is season 2.
Didn't he have his girlfriend in season? That was season 3. Yeah. The imaginary girlfriend that ended up being real. Yeah, that's funny. Huh? Yeah. Oh. But I think, and I've talked to Anthony about that. Shout out to my man Anthony, who hated the finale. Like he hated it so bad. Like my dislike for certain things turned into hate. But then I rewatched it with you guys, and I had to text him. I was like, on second viewing, I don't hate it. I don't.
I'd like to have a conversation.
But he hates it. There's a lot of things that he didn't like about it. But he said his theory, and I agree, is that season 5 will be the day oneers. That's who it's going to be. It's going to be the original. It's going to be the original cast and crew. Everybody else get pushed to the back until the end. Mm-hmm. He's like, Robin will probably disappear. She'll probably get written out on her little relationship with her friend, and
you're right.
And then Max will her coming back will be directly tied into Vecna's return.
Oh yeah.
So she'll be off the board for the whole thing. And then who knows with Erica?
Like
Erica will Lucas's sister. I don't know what they'll do with her. She's like unnecessary to me, anyways. But
she was better. She was a lot better this season.
She was better. Even when her and Lucas were getting ready, and she took his sword. Yeah. And she like said, "You're my brother." I was like, okay, that's more realistic.
They definitely corrected some wrongs
because it was a little too. It was a little too snarky. She was a little too snarky all the time.
And another interesting thing, I was telling Deja. I remember, at least I had complaints with Robin this season. I was like, she just was getting annoying, just yapping all the time. Just comedic relief in parts that didn't need it, or like just going on. But the last 2 episodes of the season, she didn't really do it. And when she did it, it was like it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah,
they weren't overdoing it. I was like, that's interesting. How obviously they didn't change anything. They already had the episodes done. But I was like, interesting how those last 2 episodes, the stuff I complained about with her,
went away.
It was gone.
Well, see, that's to my it's my own fault. But because I didn't finish season 3 properly. Like I never got to see her character become.
She wasn't like that.
The crew, what she became.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching it, and her and Steve worked together, and then I kind of like don't remember whatever came of it. Yeah. The last thing I remember is them being like something's going on at the mall at night. And I don't remember, So I didn't get to see Robin become like I know what's going on. You know what I mean? I never saw that. So from
looking back, haven't watched it in 3 years. She was just like the cool like.
I was 3 years.
Yeah, she's like the cool, like she was like she'd make fun of Steve, and I was like, oh, this girl's cool, like she's making fun of Steve.
Yeah,
no, I'm good, and I don't know, character definitely like acts different.
Yeah,
still like her.
Fun fact, everyone. Go ahead.
Fun fact, everyone knows
I just
She's
found
Ethan
this out.
Hawke and my Uma Thurman's daughter.
Whatever, everybody.
Everyone knows.
No, I didn't. I just found out.
We told you that
Ethan
before.
Hawke and Uma Thurman's
We
kid.
told you that last
now when I look
season.
at her, I'm like, yeah, you are.
We told you that last
the season I
season.
didn't pay any attention to, so why do you think I paid attention to that?
We definitely like, that's Uma Thurman's kid, and you're like, oh, yeah, that would make sense. Nepotism. Guaranteed that's what you said.
I get. See, but that's the thing. You know me, so you already know what I would say in that situation. So that doesn't mean it happened.
It did. We definitely told you. Cause
I could give Julius 5 scenarios and ask him what I'd say, and he'd be spot on, guaranteed. So I didn't have to actually say it. You would literally,
Dad,
but
I
you would
remember
know.
telling you because I was
All
like,
right.
oh, because I remember finding out. I was like, oh, my dad would think this is interesting.
It is interesting, and it's just like I feel like with Hollywood, it's almost like. If whatever your family business is, if your kid decides they want to get into it, you're like, okay, here's what you got to do, and yeah, nepotism in Hollywood.
Any business.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's any business, so it's crazy that you could become like. I mean, I don't know if she's going to become like. That's what usually doesn't happen is they don't ever become like superstars like their parents, but they'll work. Like Carrie Fisher's daughter is a working actress.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the last Star Wars with her mother. And like no one knew it. The only reason I knew was because I saw it in a magazine and was like, "Oh, that's the girl from Booksmart."
Yeah,
she was funny in Booksmart though.
She was.
Yeah, but yeah. So Stranger Things. Looking forward to the next season. You said is what 2 years away, or who said that? Is that Ryan said that?
I was guessing. It was.
Oh, you were guessing.
It was like, yeah, they're still writing it. I remember a couple podcasts ago.
Piss you off though? Like you would think they'd have been writing it.
Well. I remember I was told they were filming it. I remember on a couple podcast episodes ago, I said they're filming it, and then I like looked it up, and I was like, they're still writing it.
Wow.
Which you're getting into season 5.
Yeah, you already know.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Unless they're like fan service, like let's see what the fans liked and what they didn't like.
Probably.
Like no,
And
like write your story.
Speaking of the Duffer Brothers, that's the guys that write the show. If you didn't know,
You didn't know.
They, I guess there might be a Stranger Things spinoff.
Did I hear that?
Also,
see, no, I don't want that.
I don't want it either. But also, Netflix is talking to them about a Death Note adaptation.
Yeah, no, you know what? No, that is a thing. Was that on your on our Instagram?
That was on this.
Well, they might be able to handle Death Note though. Give it the love it deserves. After Netflix already,
they could do the horror.
They'll do something twice.
They will.
They'll be like, "Oh, we fucked that up. Let's try it again."
I don't know I just don't know if you can adapt cartoons. If you didn't know, Death Note's an anime.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean it. If you've never watched anime before, you can watch this and be like, just entertained. It's about a kid gets a journal from Death Eater, a Grim Reaper, basically,
Shinigami.
And whoever's name he writes in the journal dies, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill all the criminals."
He starts murking people,
and then he gets hunted by the world's best detective.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It
is wild.
Like it's good. I mean,
I say 2 episodes. 2 episodes.
It's definitely cat and mouse chess. It's a chess match.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of which, anybody out there wants to play chess, get at me, please. My kids bought me a lovely chessboard for Christmas, and I can't find anyone to play. So, I'm just saying, if you want Smash at chess, get a hold of me. Anyways, yeah, they is the new Avatar series still coming to Netflix?
Yeah,
or did I get
they're
canceled?
still working. Yeah, they released a couple weeks ago, like pictures of the cast, not in costume, but like
but Paramount or Paramount Plus or whatever it's called, they're doing Avatar stuff too.
No, Nickelodeon's
okay
doing 3 cartoon movies.
Okay,
Netflix is doing a live adaptation.
Okay. So once again, Netflix kind of got screwed by other streaming services.
Netflix had the this was.
I mean, no, they started it before all the streaming stuff started. Yeah. So they.
I mean, like they had the opportunity for the Avatar stuff.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like
they chose to do a live action remake,
which
Okay.
I just don't think I don't think adaptations of any of from cartoons work in general. Like, look at the Disney stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but
there's just something like
there's things you can do. Yeah, there's things you can do in animation that you just can't.
But like certain stuff you just like about the cartoon. Like you watch like a cartoon. For me at least, like subconsciously.
Yeah.
I don't realize why I'm liking a certain I like the aesthetic. I don't know, and then you see it in live action. You could take like beat for beat, and it's just like not the same.
Yeah, like what they try to do with Cowboy Bebop. They tried to make the live action literally look like the cartoon, and it still failed. Like,
like I don't know what they tried to do. That. I
mean, colors, angles, everything, and people hated it. You know, because it was real.
Because
You watched it. I didn't watch
the live action.
Oh, okay.
I watched the trailer. I said that's enough. I rewatched the anime, and from looking at the trailer, I'm like, what were they doing? They were doing like all the tropes of anime that they could do in live action. But if you watch Cowboy Bebop, it's a Western crime show. Like it's like Western as an American. It's like really what like you could
I get what you're saying.
It was inspired by American stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would you make this stylized for
something that's not stylized?
It's not stylized. And it looked like a fan. It looked like a fan.
You always said that.
I
did. A fan made it.
Just like the way they acted, the way they.
Buddy, people show me fan made stuff all the time, and I just don't have the heart to tell them it's fan made. I just be like, oh, that's cool. Where'd that come from? They're like, it was somebody sent it to me. I'm thinking that's 100% fan made. You know, but you just let it ride. I busted Shane one time. He sent me a trailer, and I was 30 seconds in. Was like, this is fan made. So I texted him, this is fan made. He said, geez, man, thanks for ruining everybody's dreams. I was like, I'm not ruining. I'm just telling you, like, that's fan made. Like, don't get your hopes up.
You remember when you saw that High School Musical fan made trailer?
I loved it. I still gives me hope.
Who's the person that made that? His channel is known for making fan made stuff.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I didn't know that till I clicked on the channel. Yeah, it was a fan made. What he does is he takes
clips from other movies,
and he made this High School Musical reunion trailer, which would be a great.
Yes,
that would make money.
That would make. I'd go see that.
I would see it.
I'd go see it. I'd take you, your sister, your mom, Courtney, and Ruben and Dom.
Oh,
we go deep.
Yeah, that would be. It'd
be your childhood all over again.
It would be Zac Efron trying to get him on board.
Oh, I know.
But for some reason, I think you'd do it now.
I think it'd be perfect because he come in middle age.
Yeah, I think
basketball career didn't pan out the way he thought it would.
No, he went to Juilliard. Remember?
Oh, he ended up going to. I didn't even see the last one. So he ended up going
to Juilliard.
Hey, we're soaring.
Yeah, that's how
flying.
High School reunion.
There's not a star in heaven that we. Oh my gosh, that was my shit. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be.
It would be High School.
So
I don't know what the plot would be.
There'd be like some sad moment, and she come up behind him and she starts singing it. Soaring, flying.
Yeah.
As he puts his glass of scotch down, then everybody breaks out in song. Oh my gosh! They end it with together. Yeah, Meanwhile, half those kids probably couldn't be in the movie because, as you know, child actors don't do well with adulting.
I know. I think all of them.
Most of them do pretty well.
I mean, the main cast, they're chilling now.
What's Orlando's last name?
No, it was Corbin.
Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue. Look at all. They're just. Yeah. Ashley Tisdale was big on TikTok.
Oh, is she? I didn't know that. She had that nose job. What was her name on there? Sharpay.
Yeah, like none of them have done crazy stuff.
What they say? Corbin Blue was the least athletic, like the best dancer, but the least athletic. Whereas Sharpay's brother was actually the most athletic. Yeah, which was pretty interesting. Yep. Yeah, those were the days right there. But yeah, I fell for that. I fell for it.
Disney.
Is it still?
High School Musical 2 is the most watched Disney thing. The second one.
When we were at the country club.
Yeah. That was the highest rated
Disney movie.
Disney thing.
Ever.
I forget how many. It was like 20.
I think we made a movie night to watch that.
No, we were. I remember the day it came out.
Where were we?
We were out Uncle Jason and Katie's at a cookout.
Oh, you're probably pissed.
I was, because I was like, High School Musical's on. I was like, I'm missing. When I went upstairs. So you guys like put me upstairs to go to bed. I was like, I don't want to stay the night here.
Oh my gosh! Like, I want to watch.
And I was watching on the TV.
Oh, the one night we stayed the night. I remember that
on
night.
TV, and I'm like, are you
we only stayed the night there
serious?
one time, like all of us.
I was so mad. I was like, couldn't.
Buddy, that was a funny night though. That was like your sister ran into the screen.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
yeah.
I did that too. Right?
Did you
like,
bounce
right
off
after.
of it?
Yeah. I didn't bounce. I know. I just ran into. I didn't fall off.
Your sister bounced off of that.
Yeah,
thing. It was hilarious. Yeah, man. So, wow. Okay, so we'll slide into Obi-Wan real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Obi-Wan finale was last week.
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and it ended well. I enjoyed the whole season. Julia's probably thinks it was mediocre, but it ended well.
It was.
Well, that's all we're going to really say about it, I think, at this point. I think it was worth watching.
It ended, in my opinion.
Okay.
The last episode's the strongest because they knew that's what they wanted when creating the show.
That's what they wanted. So you think they wrote it
Like,
backwards?
yeah, not backwards. I think they were just like, crap. Threw stuff out of wall, try to connect it.
Oh my
flesh it out a little bit. All right, we got something. Because you see the last episode, they're like, okay, we know we want Obi-Wan and Darth Vader to fight. Check. All right. We got to, Obi-Wan's got to say his last words to Vader. Check. It's going to be emotional. And, Anakin's still going to be in there. All right, now how do we get to this point? And that's how we got the show.
Oh my
that
gosh.
Should have been a TV movie. Should have been a Disney Plus movie. I think if they took the show, the 6 hours of the show, and made it a 2-hour Disney Plus original, I think it would have been stronger. They just stretched a lot of stuff thin. They gave us some stuff that was not needed.
I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm not going to agree with you. I think a movie wouldn't have been enough. I wish we could do.
What we get from the show?
Just a story, but that's the thing with these stories is that we know the tension in those stories is only so real because we know how this all ends. It's like we know. I could tell you a story right now about getting in a fight when I was 19 years old and someone pulled a gun on me. And what's the one thing you know about that story? One thing didn't happen.
And shoot you in the head.
Exactly. So you'll listen to the story
and
you'll be entertained, but there's only so much tension and drama you're going to get out of a situation where the long-term ending.
And the tension that they have, the limited tension that they have, they are stretching it thin because they think the 6-episode format for Disney Plus is the way to go. But they have not shown us that they can pull it off.
I don't think they're stretching it. I literally
think
they are. Because I think in those 6 episodes we got to see Obi-Wan go through some things, not just
which could have been done in 2 hours.
No,
we see it in 2 hours all the time for a movie.
And the movie doesn't always work. Obi-Wan went from
see character to
Dad. My gosh,
Dad. I'm
snorting the freaking mic.
Act 1. Obi-Wan's in Tatooine.
Yeah.
He's having PTSD.
Okay.
Yada, yada, yada. Leia gets kidnapped. They lure him in. Or a senator comes to him. Hey, you gotta help us. I can't leave Luke. Something happens. Or, okay, I guess I gotta save Leia. Go into Act 2. The whole rescue thing. Middle of the movie. Encounter with Vader. It fails. Whole rescue thing continues. Yada, yada, yada.
Those encounters with Vader, the 2 encounters he had with Vader, they were crucial.
Yes,
and in the movie, you don't have time for him to.
No,
say I'm not going. Now he's gonna go.
No, Dad. This would have in a 2-hour movie, Act 1. You would have had him going to save Leia in 30 minutes.
Okay.
From 30 minutes to 60 minutes. That middle of the movie, the 60-minute mark, he meets Vader. He loses. From 60 minutes to 90 minutes, to break into Act 3, he's like, no, I'm back. I'm Obi-Wan again. Breaking to Act 3, he realizes he still has the Force connection, and then by the climax, he's fighting Vader.
How long is this movie?
2 hours.
No way,
Dad,
Jose.
Okay, 2.5 hours. You could have done it, because guess what? I just said the major points of the show.
Yeah.
What happened in between?
So I'm just
Stuff
saying.
that we didn't need.
So 1, 2,
I would just put the major
1,
points
2,
of the
3,
show
4, 5. That'd be 5 half-hour episodes if you made a TV show. 2.5 hours.
Why do we need that? We don't need that. Dad,
so now you don't like the shows?
No, I didn't like movies? Obi-Wan just stretched something that was not.
They gave us 6 episodes that were between 40 minutes to an hour.
That was so thin.
No, but I see. I mean, the Reva stuff, that was unnecessary. It wasn't bad. It was just unnecessary. Because we don't even know what happened to her.
Then what else happened in the show?
So when the next one comes out,
the core
you gonna watch it? Yep.
The core of the show that we all loved was Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on that in a TV movie.
No, I'm glad they went with Leia.
No, I'm saying the theme of that is a TV movie. The plot to get that theme discussed is saving Leia. You still have that thing.
Okay.
And you can still have your little flashbacks, which there's a minute or two throughout.
You're such an editor.
It's just they stretch something thin. You literally, all I did as I'm talking to you, I just took the major points of the best points of the show that would have worked perfectly in 2 hours
and a half.
You know why? Because the action would have stretched it out to 2.5 hours.
All right, I'll give you that. But alas, they're doing series.
Because somehow, I don't know how, they get money from that.
No, they don't. That's the thing.
That's what I'm like. Why are they making everything a series?
They're not making... Well, because I think it keeps people subscribing. It keeps them subscribed longer. Because, people are crazy. They'll get a subscription for a month and cancel it. Cancel it. But... All right, so that was Obi-Wan. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Thor, Love and Thunder dropped tonight, baby. Thoughts?
I give it a 7.2 out of 10.
Ooh.
7.2 out of 10.
Wow.
Solid.
Spoiler heavy review because, oh well, get to the theaters. Actually, it might not be. 7.2 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. I have to let it sit with me more. It's not going to go up, I don't think. It's not going to go below 7, though.
I actually am going to agree with you. I might give it a 7.5 because I don't do 7.2, so I'll probably give it a 7. I might give it 7.25, but it's not going to go much higher than 7.5, but it won't go below 7. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. For me, below 7, like 7's like, that's I enjoyed watching that. 7 out of 10, like I enjoyed watching that movie. 8, I'm like, that's a good movie. Like 8, I'm like recommend it. Like you have to see this. Like for me, 8. Below 7, like 6 to 7, I'm like, that's mediocre. That's like that's the average movie.
What is
6 to 7?
6 to 7 is average.
7, I'm like, this is solid. It has its flaws.
Yeah,
but I still enjoy it.
At least with this movie, the flaws are right there in front of you.
Yeah,
like you're not like nitpicking. It's just like, no, this was wrong. This was wrong. This was wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, people. In my honest to God opinion, still giving it a 7.25. The third act of that movie saved that movie for me because I sat there for the first act like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you just doing right now? And it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I wanted at all. I was like, buddy, I really think they just like Taika Waititi just do what he wanted. And no one said, yo, rein that stuff in a little bit. Like his style. And this is what makes me mad. I'm not going to go off about it. But I like Taika. I like Jojo Rabbit. Mm-hmm. I like The Boy. I like Thor Ragnarok. I like most things that he has his hands in that I've seen. I've liked.
I've enjoyed everything of his that I've watched.
Yeah, and he has a way of mixing humor and drama very well. But with this one,
you didn't feel in this one.
No, because I feel like he went too far with the humor to the point where, like, okay, we get it. Like Thor plays better when he has can laugh at himself. But you're making him a joke. It's different. Like you're making him a joke. You're making the whole. I was getting like Batman, like later Batman, like Batman Forever vibes. I was like, especially when they went to like the Olympia place that wasn't Olympus. It was called Omnipopus or on Omnipotopoulos, and I was like,
I thought that scene was funny.
No, but I was getting like vibes were like, yo, you're getting kind of campy, as opposed to like just like seeing the humor in what this is. You know what I mean? Because he nailed it with Thor Ragnarok. Like Thor Ragnarok, I think was a perfect balance of humor and action and drama for like Thor. But this one, there were just too many scenes that were just goofy. Where I was like,
for me, like I watching it. As I was watching, I was like, something just feels off. Like they were, I don't want to say sacrificing this story for jokes. Yeah. But you said the Olympus scene. I'll just say Olympus scene. Yeah. That worked. Like with Zeus being dumb, that worked. That was working for me. When I was watching it, I'm like, okay, I will say he was sacrificing jokes with the story. Like some moments I was like, oh, we're not gonna like elaborate on this or something. Like, yeah, we're just gonna joke past it. Like the Guardians thing, right? This has to do with Marvel. Like with, you know how we complain with, there's not like something happens in this movie and then the next movie it's just like dismissed. Yeah, it's like something could be major, but by the next movie it just gets, here's the Band-Aid. Rip it off. Like literally like Thor lost the eyeball and then like Endgame, everyone's like, oh man, Guardians and Thor team up? Can't wait for that. Yeah. And then in the trailer, I was like, well, Guardians are going to be gone like in the beginning. Yeah. Just based on the trailer. And it was. And just watching it, I was like, well, the thing that made me laugh was, I love how Marvel does this thing now. Well, Disney, where they will give you all this shit in the fucking trailer that you think is relevant. And you see all those clips in the first 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, it's like they're just like they perfected it. Ever since like Infinity War. They will make you think you're seeing like, oh my gosh, they're giving away so much. Yeah. And then 10 minutes in, you're like, that was the whole trailer. That was the whole, yeah. You're like, they did it with this too. Because they did it. They nailed it. How? Like, it was just like, wow. Like, even the scene where Thor like gives the girl with the blue hair a kiss on the bow. Yeah. That's in the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, what? I remember like people thinking, oh, we're going to get Thor going on adventures. Yeah, and stuff. And I mean, but we heard about Thor going on adventures. Yeah, that was like, that was another thing. Yeah, I wish I don't know. I just wish we would have seen those adventures, like witnessed those adventures, not just in a montage. Yeah. Oh, there was a period of time where Thor was with the Guardians. We see none of it. All we do is see him save the day once and then say goodbye. And it was just like, man, that was. And then that was strange to me too, because it was like, Thor's whole thing was waiting for them to call and say they need his help. They call and say, we need your help. They're happy he's there to save the day, but then they're happy to get rid of him too. Yeah. And I was like, well, are you happy he's part of the group or you're not? Yeah. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's delusional. But when it comes to the team, but on the same note, it's like, I don't know. So I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I did too. That's the thing. I liked the movie. I like Christian Bale was great. He does what he does. I had no doubts he was going to be good. You'd be like, Christian, we got this film for you. Yeah. You're going to play the Kool-Aid man. Okay, your glass pitcher and you're filled with Kool-Aid, and all you get to say is, oh yeah. And he would be like, and he'd go prep for it. You know, he'd gain 600 pounds, and he'd nail it. Red. He'd be red. And he'd be like, Christian Bale's amazing as the Kool-Aid man. Yeah. So him coming in as Gore the God Butcher was just like, yeah, Christian Bale's killing it. Like, yeah, but I said earlier, like to you in the car, his character, like Gore, the God Butcher. Yeah, he's killing gods. Like this could mean the gods protect the people. Him killing gods, that's the destruction of people essentially. Right. And this is a Thanos level threat. Oh yeah, the Necro Sword's no joke. And I did not feel that tension. Yeah, I just felt like Thor was going on an adventure. He butt heads with Gore in the beginning, first 40 minutes. You know, he stood his own. He got tossed around a little bit, but I never felt like, oh, Thor's gonna die. Like Thor needs an upgrade. Yeah, he needs No, throughout the movie, I didn't feel like Gore was like, oh, like he was like. Christian Bale was great. It's just like what they did with Gore. He was scary looking. Oh, he was scary. Man, I mean, I was like, kids are gonna be scared of this. But I never just felt that threat. Good villain, but I did not feel that threat in the movie. And they hyped him up. They did. As soon as they casted Christian Bale, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be great. Yeah, him as the God Butcher. Yeah, and he was great. but
he
how
was.
they
But
used
yeah,
him.
I get what you're saying. It's funny because I was watching the credits and Jason Aaron, he was a consultant, which I don't know. I hope it was more than just in name and title, but he wrote the God Butcher story. He wrote the Mighty Thor story, and it's just like, and one of the key points to Gore was that Gore had been hunting gods for a long time, and he confronted Thor, a young Thor, a pre-Mjolnir Thor, and Thor thought he killed him. So when Gore came back, 1,000 years later, Thor was like, oh shit, like not only did I not kill him, he's gone on and killed thousands of lesser gods since then. So this is my fault. So the weight of it was a lot heavier, which is what I thought they'd do, something like that.
Yeah,
but they didn't. I mean, Gore's motivations were very close to the comic.
I liked his motivation.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
I said I was sitting there with 4 fathers that all had daughters.
Yeah.
So Gore's daughter died, and I was like, oh yeah, he gonna snap.
I understand that. It's just like his characters. I understood where he was coming from. It's just the threat of him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Thor. Obviously, we know Thor was super strong.
Yeah.
But I never felt like he
was in real danger.
He was in
I get it. I get what you're saying. I think the humor is what
was
my biggest issue. Yeah. Like all the stuff with Mighty Thor, because she's not Thor. That was the whole point of even when she wasn't even Lady Thor. She was Thor. She was Thor. Like that's the whole point. Whoever if they be worthy, have the power of Thor, and
that's cool.
And I like how they did it, and I didn't feel like I was messing with Josh about it being woke, but I didn't think it was woke. I thought it was just good. Like I thought, and I liked how they didn't make her like a damsel in distress at the end. Like she made the ultimate sacrifice, and she basically saved her boo. You know what I mean? I like that. And in the comic, she did have cancer.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So it was like I really like how that played out. I got to look up if she really put on a mask or if she what was CGI and what wasn't. You're really thinking the skinny her was CGI?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. No, I'm not talking like the end when she had full-blown cancer. I'm saying when
she's in cancer.
Oh, cancer? Yeah, I can see that CGI. But I'm saying, did they film like her normal scenes first and then send her to go bulk up? Or did they? So you think even when she was walking around her regular weight, that was CGI? No.
She had clothes on to make
her look.
Our clothes were baggy.
Her face was different, bud. Like when she was sitting there getting chemo in the beginning, and then how full her face was when she was in Thor mode. That's the first thing I noticed. Her face.
I think they did CGI on her face to make her look skinny. Look at Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, bud.
They made him look skinny.
We'll have to look it up and see.
We will.
Just something else.
But
I liked it.
I did enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
It was fun. It was a Thor. All
right,
bless you.
Spike.
No. I paused. Right. It was a Thor movie. But I don't know how to explain it. Like Ragnarok, I'm like that was a good Thor. Bless you.
Yeah, they nailed that.
But this one, I'm like, yeah, they did.
I'm gonna say this.
They're too much.
You say what you want. Marvel may be struggling with selling the cosmic stuff. It's a hard sell. And it even was with the books. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is one thing, but when you're getting into these like ideals like eternity and like the Celestials and the Living Tribunal and like the Watcher, like these concepts are like I don't know. Like like they like what Ryan said, I thought maybe it'd be Galactus, and I was like, if they had shown Galactus, that'd have been dope. Because Galactus still works. Because he's like a really big bad guy. But you can put in the words what he does. I'm sitting there looking at Eternity, and I'm like, yep, that's Eternity. And I'm like, he is the embodiment of all
it's a
life.
person.
Yeah, he's the embodiment. He's a concept. Like
concept.
Like Galactus is actually a concept given like flesh. I mean, He's what exists between death and eternity. There's Galactus. So, Lady Death walks around with a hood on, like a woman with a hood on. And then you have eternity, which is what you saw in the movie. And eternity is the embodiment of all living things in the entire multiverse. That is eternity. And that's what eternity looks like in a comic. And that's what but my whole thing was like, so if you find eternity grants you a wish. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I was like, I don't know about that on so many levels.
No,
like,
everyone knew where eternity was.
Yeah.
It was just unlocked.
It's like you get there, but that's when I think eternity could actually come to you. That's the whole point. Like, eternity is like basically God to the gods, and eternity could show up, and put a stop to all of it. That's the funny thing. Like, if eternity doesn't want Gore to get there, eternity shows up. It's like, you're not coming, or if you come, it's not granting your wish. It's not like you get here and now you get it. It's not. He's like, eternity's not a wishing well.
Okay, yeah.
This is my whole point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have eternity, and then like when I saw like the stuff in the room, you saw like the head of the living tribunal spinning, and I saw a watcher, and like the one celestial head almost fell on the kids, and I'm just like, I don't know how they're going to pull this off, making these concepts like work. Like the living tribunal is literally like a giant. He's like the judge in the multiverse. Like he's the one that would show up and say to Thanos when he had the Infinity Gauntlet, like, that's too much power for you. Those don't work anymore. And that'd be it. Or he just ignores it. Like, no, mankind can handle this threat. We'll see what happens.
Just from a personal standpoint, I don't like stuff like that.
Well, they're supposed to be like outside, like
forces. But then when there's outside forces, nothing's really a threat.
Well, that's the big joke. Like,
why were the Eternals when Thanos came?
Well, no, the big joke is always if like the thing will be like, hey, like there's something bad going on. Like, hey, is there a big bald guy standing around anywhere watching? They're like, no. They're like, oh, we're good then. Because when the Watcher shows up, it's really bad. Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
So but if he doesn't, you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad.
Me personally, them just those people existing. It's just like, Well, it's like being a kid fighting your cousin,
right?
And like when your parents are watching, you're not really fight. Like, oh well, my parents are there. Like, it's not nothing's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And there's no adults around. Oh well, this is bad. But
when
you're around the corner, the adults are gonna come any minute.
Right. Well,
I don't know. I just was making that up.
I know you were. I like that. Nice analogy. The big kids are going to show up and
like.
Well, that's the thing. They don't really. It
doesn't matter. Yeah, that's just me. That's not what the movies. That's just what.
So you have these big, huge, like omnipotent, entities or concepts that they're trying to introduce, and I'm like, I don't know how you're going to parlay that and make it work. I don't. So it was cool seeing eternity, and then like, he grants the little girl, he brings her back to life. Like, and that was so crazy because Thor was like, had to tell him like, yo. You could just wish her back. Like, you're about to wish that all these people are dead, or you could just wish your daughter was back. Duh. Like, I was like, yeah. He made a good point.
He did, but I'm like, no, I get what I would be on that revenge kick still.
You would still? Like,
I was like, yeah, I know I can wish her back, but
yeah, the gods are still.
Like, the gods. After seeing the Olympus stuff. I'm like, I was on. I mean, ever since his first scene, the opening scene of that movie, I was like, yeah, the gods are terrible.
Yeah.
Has the gods ever proved us that they're good people?
Right.
They didn't.
No, they didn't in that movie, except Thor.
Except Thor.
Which, what I thought was funny, like when they got to like the Olympus place, I thought, wow, they really pulled away from the first Thor when they were not gods, they were just an advanced alien race. Like they have totally like pulled all the way back from that.
Yeah, I don't.
And they're just like, no, they're gods. It's magic. Like, it's cool. Yeah. We're not gonna like. But I'm sorry, but I get stuffy down here, so. Oh well, sorry people.
It drives me nuts.
Well, if we get one message about it, I'll
work on it.
My head. Oh, hey, bud. Sorry. Sucks. But, spoiler. So you don't watch Ted. All right, yeah, we're winding down. You don't watch Ted Lasso, but.
This is a major spoiler.
It was, yeah. So I mean, you could probably put two and two together. We're talking about Thor, now I'm talking about Ted Lasso. So somebody from Ted Lasso's playing a part in Thor from now on.
Oh yeah, I gotta look up the guy.
But I mean, holy shit! If you get Zeus, you definitely gotta have Hercules. And post credit scene is fucking my man from Ted Lasso, and I gotta look up his name. He's playing Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy Kent, is playing Hercules, and was fucking perfect. Like, they showed him for 2 seconds, and I lost my shit. I was like, oh my god. And it was like when they showed Thanos and whatever movie that was, and I was like the only person in the theater that geeked out. That's how I felt when they showed him as Hercules. I was like, holy shit.
I was waiting for Hercules. I knew we were gonna get a snippet of him.
Well, I looked at Ryan right when they showed Zeus talking, like a mob. Like a mob boss, and I said he's gonna be like, "Where's my son?"
But then instead, I was definitely waiting for that.
Yeah, and he was actually talking to him, and he was like, "Whatever, what did he say? Yes, father, or something, father."
Yeah,
and he looked thick. I was like, "This dude." So, and he's a writer. That's what's so funny. Like,
so yeah, that was Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, so go see it. 7.25. There was some great stuff in it. I'm telling you, the third act saves that whole movie. I liked how Heimdall's son stepped up and opened the gate. That was dope. Like, the whole part with the kids getting empowered. Yeah, that was whatever. It was cute, but when Heimdall's son, a
lot of cute moments in the movie.
Yeah, way more than I was expecting.
Yeah, especially with Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah. And you got all these cute moments. But yeah, it was worth seeing. So, that's it. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah, Matt Damon's in it.
Yeah, of course. Again.
Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thor: Love and Thunder.
I have to think about it some more.
Yeah. That's about it, I think, though. Yeah. If you guys survived last week's podcast, thank you for staying with us.
And if you're new, thanks for listening.
Yeah, if you're new, thanks for listening. Don't forget, add us. What is it? DM us, email us, do whatever. Get at us.
Sound and Pops Culture.
Yeah.
All things social media.
Yeah. And every once in a while, we'll talk about something real.
Yeah, like I want real quick. The Prime Minister.
Right, Japan. Yeah. What? In a country that has very strict gun laws and very little political crime occurs. That's crazy. The guy made his own gun. Like, I haven't heard details. They said he made the gun because it's very hard to get a gun in Japan.
Yeah, I knew it was so insanely hard.
I just wonder.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just very interested in seeing what his motivations were. So. These are strange times, people.
Yeah, I knew nothing about.
How'd your kids? No, these are strange times.
Mm-hmm.
Strange times. So we shall see. We shall see. Well, you saw the Prime Minister of Great Britain or England. He resigned.
I did see that,
but he's yesterday or 2 days ago. But he said he's going to keep the position until they find a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things happening on the world stage. Rumor has it Putin has cancer. Yeah, that's the rumor. That he has cancer.
What?
Yeah, which is a scary thought. Yeah, somebody with nothing to lose that controls the largest nuclear arsenal in the world.
Second.
It takes about 8 to destroy the whole planet, but so it's interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Well, that whole mutual devastation thing only works if you both give a fuck. Like, if it's like, well, mutually insured destruction or whatever they call it. Like, yeah. You won't use your nukes because you know I'll nuke you. Well, that was when I knew I'd be alive tomorrow. Like, now it's like you don't care. So things can escalate. So we shall see. But anyways, people, thanks for getting funky with us. I'm Pops.
I'm Son. Until next week.
Peace.